Good morning, students. In continuation with the topic balance of payment, where in my previous video I've explained you the current account and the estimation of the current account. So today I'm going to explain you the capital account, which is the another component of balance of payment. Well, children, capital account records receipts and payments of those transactions which do cause an impact on assets and liability status of the country in relation to the rest of the world. That means that capital account records those transactions where the receipts and payments of such transactions they do impact the assets and liability status of the country in relation to the rest of the world. Now children, if you remember, in current account we have learned that the current account they do not impact the assets and liability status of the country, but the capital account they record all those payments and receipts which do impact the assets and liability status of the country in relation to the rest of the world. That means the liabilities or assets of a country are either raised or either reduced. So you all can say that capital account transaction they led to future claims. Again, if you remember, in current account I told you that current account they do not lead to any future claims because there the assets and liabilities of a country are not at all affected. Now children, here one thing very important which you all have to remember, that is a question is always raised regarding the export and import of capital goods. That means when we export and import the capital goods which have been of course related with plant and machinery, so such transaction should be included in capital account. This question is always raised and maximum children they get confused over here. So be very careful what I am saying right now, that the export and import of capital goods which are plant and machinery, and we relate plant and machinery to capital goods. So such transaction will be included in capital account. So the children, the answer is big no. Now let me clear you over here that the export and import of all types of goods, whether a consumer good or a capital good, is recorded as merchandise or visible trade and in the current account. That is what you all have read in the current account, that current account includes the plant and machinery which are the real assets. So these are recorded as a visible trade. So visible trade is to be taken in the current account of balance of payment. So children, export and import of capital good has nothing to do with the capital account of balance of payment, right? Now let's focus on the components of capital account. Well children, the capital account has the various components like borrowing. When we talk about borrowing is been classified into an external commercial borrowing and external assistance. Then we also have foreign investment, and when we talk about foreign investment, we classify the foreign investment into portfolio investment and foreign direct investment. Apart from this children, we have some other components of capital account. So we'll be taking all these components one by one. So let's begin with the borrowing. Now when I talk about borrowing, as I told you that borrowing is split into two, that is external commercial borrowing and external assistance. Now the difference between two is that the external commercial borrowing is available at the market rate of interest, that is in the international money market. The external commercial borrowing is available at the rate which has been prevailing at that time, whereas external assistance is available at the concessional rate of interest. So children, See the difference between two. External commercial borrowing is a borrowing which is available at the market rate of interest prevailing in the international money market, whereas external assistance is a borrowing which has been available at a concessional rate of interest. But one thing is there, that borrowing from rest of the world, it raises a liability. So when it raises a liability in relation to the rest of the world, then be very careful to remember where it has been recorded in the capital account. Children, when we borrow from rest of the world, it is always recorded as a credit item in the capital account of balance of payment. And the reason is that all receipts of foreign exchange are recorded as credit items in the balance of payment account. Therefore, you can say that borrowing of rest of the world, or let's say when you are lending to the rest of the world, would be recorded as debit item in the capital account, as it causes the flow of foreign exchange from our country to the rest of the world. So you need to remember this very carefully. Then comes the foreign investment. When we talk about foreign investment, again it has been split into two: portfolio investment and foreign direct investment. So children, portfolio investment refers to foreign institutional investment, that is FII. That means it is an investment by rest of the world in shares and bonds of the domestic companies. Means when the outsiders, they invest within the shares and bonds of our domestic companies, we say it's a portfolio investment. And another one is a foreign direct investment. When we talk about foreign direct investment, it is relating to the ownership of enterprise, that is the enterprise which belongs to our domestic economy by the rest of the world. Like you can take the example Walmart stores in India. So foreign direct investment means when the outsiders, they have the ownership of a domestic enterprise, right? So a good example could be a Walmart stores in India. Now children, apart from these components, capital account also includes some other components like NRI deposit. When we talk about NRI, we are talking about non-resident Indians, the people who are NRIs. Now over here, we take into account the NRI deposit. NRI deposit is taken into a capital account, but here you have to remember one thing, that is only such NRI deposit are considered to be as a component of capital account which are made in the domestic economy, means which are made directly by the NRI in our domestic economy. So that means the non-resident Indians should make a deposit in India. That deposit is considered in capital account. Otherwise, you know very well that there are NRIs who also send their money to their families in India. But children, that is not to be treated as a component of capital account. That is clearly to be treated as current transfers. You remember when we did current account? So in current account, we take current transfers which are unilaterals, right? So if any of the money which has been transferred by NRI to their families will be in current account, that is current transfers, they will not be recorded in capital account. The capital account will record only those deposits which are be held by NRI in the domestic economy. That is to be considered as the component of capital account. Then we have a banking capital which is apart from NRI deposit. Now every bank has a banking capital which refers to as a foreign assets which has been held by every commercial bank. So this foreign assets of the commercial bank, that is a part of the component of capital account. Then we have short-term trade credit. When we talk about short-term trade credit, we mean to say that the Indians, in case of India, it might be possible that a short-term trade credit is been taken, which has been included in the component of capital account, means that it is a credit which arises on account of purchase in the international market without making an immediate payment. Means when you are doing the purchase in the international market, but you are not paying immediately, so that is to be included in the capital account. That means the repayment of short-term debit to the rest of the world leads to an outflow of foreign exchange. Means when you repay this short-term credit which has been taken by you, when you repay it to the world, that means there is an outflow of foreign exchange to the rest of the world, and accordingly it has been recorded in the capital account with a negative sign. The reason, because the foreign exchange is going out from our country. And when there is an inflow of foreign exchange from rest of the world, on the other hand, is recorded with a positive sign. So children, these are the various components of capital account. So do remember that which things are to be included while estimating the capital account.